With Hunger Games prequel The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes hitting theaters, we're taking a look back on our last interview with franchise stars actors Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, and Liam Hemsworth on the eve of the Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 2's premiere. EW writer Nicole Sperling sat down with the three for a raucous, memory-filled roundtable. From sleepovers to Donald Trump, here's that unvarnished conversation from 2015, featuring the tight-knit trio. Most important question first. How's the movie? Liam Hemsworth. I think it's probably the best one. You're not just saying that because you're in it so much more? Hemsworth. No. Laughs. Maybe a little bit. But it's start to finish exciting. Part 1 was setting up this battle. And now it feels like you're in the middle of it the whole time. Josh Hutcherson. All these moving pieces finally come to a head in this one movie. Jennifer Lawrence arrives. Takes a swig of Hemsworth's vodka and soda. Jennifer Lawrence. Hey, guys. Oh, how refreshing. I love club soda and lime. Liam was just telling us this is his favorite movie because he gets more screen time. Lawrence. It is quite a coincidence. Best movie. More Liam, could it be? It's a valid question. I want to take you all back to the first film. At what point did you realize The Hunger Games was going to be massive? Hemsworth. As soon as we started the press tour for the first film. It was like a good punch in the face. Hutcherson. One of the most shocking moments was right before the first movie opened, when we did that mall event in Century City. Lawrence. There were just so many people. Hutcherson. Before we went to the stage, we were in this little building next door, and I remember seeing all these people. I was just like, oh, F. Lawrence. They must be having a Twilight event. Laughter. Jen. Did it really take you 3 days to decide to sign on to this role? Lawrence. Yeah. There was one day of a solid no, and then I knew that I wanted to do it, and I knew that I'd be really disappointed if I said no. It was more that it was such a giant decision that I felt like I just couldn't make it over the phone when they offered it to me. What was worrying you? Lawrence. Well, I was 20, and this was a decision that would affect the rest of my life, so I just felt like I needed to think about it. Hemsworth. That was smart. Hutcherson. I didn't do that. Lawrence. Well, girls are smarter than boys. Hutcherson. You mature faster. You're not smarter. I just didn't think it through. The problem with becoming iconic characters like these is that your careers can get trapped by them. Audiences don't see you play anyone else. How did you keep that from happening? Lawrence. I just didn't stop working. I made a decision that I would do as many movies in between Hunger Games installments as possible because I was so afraid of having one overwhelming character. Hemsworth. I think you also can't be afraid of something like that. Lawrence. Au contraire. I think it's pretty legit to be afraid of something like that. Hemsworth. Yeah, but if you have a good project with good people, then you're not going to pass it up. Also, never make a decision out of fear. Lawrence. Mocking him. Also, never make a decision out of fear. Never. Do you remember when you realized you'd be friends and not just coworkers? Lawrence. If we had met each other in any different circumstance, we would still be best friends. And our love is as close to unconditional as it gets because there's no fear between us because we love each other so much. There's no fear in our love. Hemsworth. Don't make decisions based on fear. Laughs. What was it like when the first movie became a cultural phenomenon? Lawrence. You're not a part of the cultural phenomenon. You're separated from it. Hutcherson. When you see tons of people screaming and going crazy, I have the same problem that PETA does of distinguishing reality from not reality. So for me, that's not real. It seems so strange. Lawrence. It's like you're an avatar of yourself. Hemsworth. You get back into the car after a premiere, and it's dead silent, and you're like, Lawrence. I'm glad that's over. Did this level of fame change your lives dramatically? Hutcherson. I don't think they change dramatically. There are some elements that you have to adjust. Hemsworth. It's not that extreme. You have moments, obviously, where people notice you. To Lawrence. How do you feel about that? Lawrence. I remember getting really emotional just trying to get a coffee, because I felt that everywhere I looked, everybody was looking at me funny, and it made me feel alienated. All of a sudden, I didn't feel a part of humanity in this weird way. I was living with my best friend, and I surrounded myself with such a good group that in my intimate world nothing changed. But I was angry for a long time because I felt like I should have the right to drive.